Hello, I'm Andy Webb from BeCleverWithYourCash.com, and this is my fridge, and I've just been writing about use by dates and best before dates and exactly what the difference is and what they mean, and actually it's quite surprising how the difference between them, because one of them, use by date, is telling you that you shouldn't be eating things after that date, but best before, and this is common sense, it's kind of really obvious when you think about it, but I hadn't quite realised. Best before just means the quality is not going to be as good after that date. So I thought I'd have a little look in the fridge and see what that actually means for the things that I've got in real life. So let's have a look. We've got some ketchup, and ketchup says, just got a date, best before. So it says after opening, refrigerate and eat within 8 weeks. So after 8 weeks of opening it, they can't guarantee that it's going to taste as they kind of want it to. But that doesn't mean that it's going to make you ill. Just won't be as good. We've got some salmon. Salmon, that says, if you can see, use by date. So that means, yeah, you've got to use that by here, the 10th of March. Otherwise, it could make you ill. But okay, the caveat is you've got to store it how they say it. So obviously if I left that out on the side rather than in the fridge, that use by date means nothing. Let's have a look. What's this? Some pita breads. Pita breads are best before as well. I guess, you know, if you see mould on stuff afterwards, that's a kind of a warning sign. Same with cheese. What's cheese? Cheese is a best before as well. So cheese, in theory, that's going to be fine to keep eating it after the date. Spread. Doesn't say if it's best before or use. Best before. So again, if it's past its date, it's actually going to be safe to eat it, as long as it's been kept okay. Obviously, once you open things, that does kind of sometimes change the quantity of stuff, but from what I've been reading, that means it's fine. Yogurt. Now, yogurt is a use by, so I guess that's, you know, the difference between like a hard cheddar and other sort of dairy products and soft cheeses and things like yogurt. That's got a use by date, so that means I guess the bacteria and stuff is easier for them to kind of multiply and make you sick if you do eat it afterwards. You know, you talk about like the sniff test, don't we, with things. So milk, keep refrigerated, used by the 8th of March, so that should be all right. But it is, again, a use by a milk. There was some stuff recently talking about whether they should change that, because the amount of milk that gets thrown away when it's gone past its use by date. So I think they're kind of, some groups are lobbying the government to try and get that changed. But at the moment, use by date, that's how you kind of should, in theory, know it's safe to eat it before that date. Afterwards, it might not be, so it's a bit of a risk. Best before date, sounds like on the whole, it's going to be fine to eat it. It just might not taste as you intend it. However, and I'll tag a little bit onto the end of this video, you can actually often eat this best before stuff well after its date. I went up to the Approved Foods warehouse last week, and the owner there, Dan, was telling me that some stuff you can eat kind of 3 months, 4 months, 5 months after the best before date, and it still tastes absolutely fine. You know, crisps, chocolate, cans of Coke, stuff like that. So I'll just add onto the video just after this some of the sort of things I saw on sale there. It's an interesting thing to check out, and I have details more about best before, use by dates. Didn't even talk about sell by and display by dates, because that's completely different, and also kind of some of the ways you can take advantage of those dates to kind of save money. And I'm here, I've come up to Sheffield today. I'm at the Approved Foods warehouse. I'll write about it a little bit more in the article that this video is going to go with, but essentially it's a place where you can buy quite cheap food that is either close to or past its sell by date. And I've come up here as a part of, I've organised a group for the UK money blogger community that I run, so we can kind of see how it all works. But I've been really surprised by some of the stuff that they've got here. You've got like Coke, there's some cornflakes over, where am I? Over there, cornflakes somewhere anyway. All sorts of kind of pretty decent Cadbury, kettle chips, all sorts of things. It's pretty impressive really, and there's a huge amount of stuff. But I guess the whole point of it is, one, it's good because you can get the food for cheap, than you would in a high street. That's pretty nice. But also, I think what I like about it is that the food isn't going to waste. They're getting this stuff direct from the supplier when, you know, the supermarkets don't want it anymore. They're going to get it off the shelves. So it's a really nice way of maybe getting some everyday staples or some all sorts of random things. There's some pink Himalayan sea salt in here as well. Different way of getting stuff, getting it for less, stopping food going to waste, bringing down your supermarket bills.